Well, hello and welcome once again. I'm Hambbage, glad you're here. Kick it root down. That's right. Let's go, beasties. All right. Let us fire up the old hold on eternity world. We got a bunch to do today, and I am so excited. First of all, it is still snowing out here. Beautiful wintry day. Looks great. Just amazing. I am also back here in my base, which is just where I want to be. And frankly, I wasn't sure if we'd made it all the way back. So, we did want to keep some of this. We got our ice. We've got our other shulkers. We wanted some of this to improve the tunnels, but I think I've come up with a plan here, and I'm just curious how much uh, it would be so nice if these worked, but I don't think they do. No. So no bricks. We've got a load of bricks, but that's not gonna do it. Man, I hope this is plenty. We've got that. Of course, it doesn't all fit. All right. How did we polish this? Do we need a stone cutter, or is it just here? Polished. All right. So now that we know that, I know I could just type this in. Those are all polished. That isn't. That isn't. Polished, 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 polished. There. 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 Okay. Now, the reason why I'm doing this, let's just make sure. Polished blackstone will make buttons. So that's very handy to have. But I think trying to figure out the easiest way to do this. Let's go. Let's go here. That's gonna be too many. Come here. Get there. All right. Here should be plenty. Now we can do this. I guess that wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. All right, there's a few stacks of those. We've got the redstone, and I think just do we have? Yeah, look at that. Already ready to go. All right, let's go get to work. So for anybody who missed the previous stream, what's wrong with you? Kidding, guys, kidding. We made awesome progress. We glassed in the run that's going to be our ice highway, and I did kind of think back and go, do we want to make the initial side? Ooh, this was from the Ghast, I think, yesterday. We'd run by it. I heard it shooting, but didn't see it made a hole in the floor. So here's what we worked on yesterday. We set up all this glass. It's kind of hideous, but it is what it is. So Walls or floor? Let's get... Maybe we'll do a side and then a side. Let's see where we're at. Oops. Oops. Boom. Boom. And there. So I'm kind of confident based on yesterday in our ability to get this done pretty quick. I mean, because it's close, it's not as massive a project as I sometimes get myself into. Like all the Ice Highway stuff we did in the slow cooker world was a lot longer runs, so we did take a lot longer to get through it. But here, well, I feel like we're kind of already set. Let's do those. Alright. Oop. That. Almost done. With this little bit. And aside from that one I accidentally broke, I think we're okay leaving some of this color variation. How did I miss these? In there. I think that looks alright. Oh, and let's get this top part. Especially considering that looks like gravel. Yikes. Alright. Nice, straight, boring hallway, right? So now this will help us actually maintain our inventory too, because we're going to need to pull out more. Let's just go to here for now. We are going to go right across. Oop. Fix that. There's that. And then it's just going to be a boom, boom. If you don't know all the who's, what's, why's, and all that of Ice Highways, don't worry. We'll have plenty of time to talk it through here. This is basically just laying our framework. To hold the ice and to prevent spawns inside. You know what? I just realized. I think we did this in the last one too. Okay, that has used up all of our slabs. So, fair enough. Now let's do this wall. Oh, I see I'd already gotten into trouble. Yeah, we're gonna have to do stuff along there too, because I totally forgot that's no good in terms of mob spawning. I assume that mobs can spawn on glass black blocks. Didn't we run into that? That's kind of what I'm just thinking to myself here as we go. Pretty sure we made a similar tunnel that had the expanded edges and then had problems with mobs. We'll see. I don't want to fix a problem that doesn't exist. If either the glass itself becomes unspawnable, like these would certainly be a problem, right? They are very much spawnable blocks. I don't know. I kind of feel like glass didn't used to be, but is now. The glass blocks as opposed to like panes and things is a deal. I don't know. We'll figure that out. And because we can. All right, so now we can just come over here to the nice little station we've got. Let's do this. Before we do that, let's go do this. I mean, this works. And don't tell Franny, but I'm getting rid of that too. All right. Now, back over here. Polished blackstone. I guess we just do... Wait, what? Did I have some of those in? Alright, that's better. Let's see how that does. I don't want to overproduce because I'd really rather not have to go hunting blackstone. I mean, we're close. we just go down that hallway we cut and to kind of the lava slime area. And we got it. Okay, we're not gonna have quite enough, but maybe just one more stack spread out will get us there. Maybe. Oh, okay. What's that? Why? I hit that block. You know it, game. Oh, out again. Aye. Concern here is that we gotta make buttons too. How many do we have left in there? Okay. Because I think we need more than a stack. We don't actually know what that is, but I think that will all be an end. We don't need to go hitting the wall at full speed. Okay. So that. And actually, A little bit of a braking area there is probably good. Oh, decent little run. That's unsettling. Oh. It's like I gotta breathe. No, much less talk to you guys. I don't think we've made a mistake yet, have we? Far better to know than to keep putting everything in. A little quality check along the way is just fine. All right. Yeah, we may need to do just another whole row of glass because even if this is going to be at the level of the ice, so even if we put up another slab, we'd be up on that level and bouncing into stuff, I think. I don't know, we'll see. Oh, no. I think this way is closer. Always happens. That could be trouble. And I think same thing will apply here. So if we just go there and then close up all of these, that'll be our little braking. Not that for the actual test we'll be riding it in that direction, but oop, close. Man, this is hungry work, huh? Oh, oh, no, 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 no. There we go. All right. Very good. So now, oh, we actually have them, don't we? Let's just go down to this end. We'll do ice this way and then buttons back. Believe it or not, we'll be ready for a test run. All right. Oh, we left. We didn't leave the ice box though. Ice box, get it? What? What happened? That was my blue ice box, wasn't it? One extra back. Alright, now it's just... It doesn't look very blue in here. Ooh, sounds like we got snowblower action. Must be really going. Or the shoveling crew got changed, or had a good month. Because usually for the breezeways, I just hear the shoveling. And honestly, if a snowblower can go through and get it done quicker, I'm okay with that. Apologies for the noise. It is nature. We can't fight. Oh, can't fight snow. And that's why I think we may need an extra row of glass. Oh, this is... Come on. Yeah, I didn't need to be that far back. And there we go. Awesome. All right. I think that was about... Man, I hope we have enough. How many stacks of those did we go through? Here's our blue ice box. Blue ice box. Put that back. Kind of wish you could get multiple buttons. It just seems like you wouldn't need that much. Now, I know you're getting a functionality, and especially when it started with stone blocks. It's like, why wouldn't you have to pay something to, get something that allows an act, right? So it kind of makes sense, but it's also like, it's a button. We're just going to bounce. Oh, come on. Buttons. Buttons. Did we make it halfway? Maybe. Probably. We did. What am I... Is that supposedly on the ice that I'm going over? Very confused. Okay, so for anybody who isn't familiar, hasn't seen these done, the buttons, because these are half slabs, right? And they kind of give the appearance of being the actual height, but this is block height, right? So the buttons keep these from becoming spawnable blocks. Now we have to do something else here. But my guess is, we don't have a boat. What was it? The cyan box? Let's do a quick. Yeah, this has boats. So I just want to. I'm all about the wait and do the test when it's fully ready. But I think that the little hamster sections are gonna kind of be problematic. So let's check first, and that can help determine what, if anything, we need to do. Yeah, see, we gotta raise that up. It's ice, right? So any little hint of direction turns you massively. And that would clearly be a problem if we're trying to get one side to the other. But the height and everything for the tunnel works, right? We can bounce along the side. So all that's good. We just need to put stuff up, probably glass blocks, to make that effectively a bumper hull. This will will be a place where maybe for the run we just close it off so the boat can't get off the ice and then open it back up again. If you're just moving about like here, yeah, we'll want to have high walls and have everything enclosed so that we can't get slowed down by lava slime or anything else, right? But where there's intersections to other areas of the map and other places we want to get to, like right here, we won't actually block those off. If we happen to get off and get stopped, we just, right ourselves and get back to it. So, not too worried about that. But for this run, we don't want any of those delays. We want to basically just be like, all right, push W and don't slow down until you get there. So, that is the plan. That away. Let's try there. I don't know if we'll make that maintained, but it's pretty good. These others can go upstairs, I think. The ice. And did we have more netherrack? Did I leave that over? I don't think so, right? We must have used it. Whatever we did have. At least for now, I don't think. Ooh, polished blackstone slabs. Look at that. We got a couple. Glass. Oh, we have glass. Stupid. Could have just been done. I didn't even look. No big deal. We got a few little inventory spots back. Is there anything else we want to drop off while we're here? Maybe this crafting table? Alright, let's go back. Fix this all up good. I was ready. I thought he was going to continue to drift over and be over to my left. Ooh, that looks good with that ice in there. Alright, so. Glass. Should be plenty. I'll leave that for now. Again, here, we'll just cap those. See how far we get on this too. If we come back and don't know that I'm ready to seal those off just yet. It's like we may still well be going back to spawn. Can maybe just do that, right? That's not going to be that much in the way. There. We can still get through. I don't think the boat will have enough room to get stuck there. And now we'll just have to watch and see if we're getting any spawns on those blocks. And deal with them if we do. Hope not. those. And I know, nothing can really spawn in there, but looks better. Alright, well this is all... I don't know why those are done. And of course now we put away all the netherrack. Okay, I think that gives us a sealed tube. Or sealed bumper tube. So let's drop these off. Alright, now, no matter how bad my driving is, boom, that's our time. So, oh, come on. Jump! Jump, boat! Oh. It will definitely speed up that part of the journey, right? Now, let's get set to do this, at least this part. So that looks awful. That was in purple. And this one I think we will embrace our inner box. Let's just fill in this wall. We certainly don't need to expand any. Ooh, ooh. Yeah, one wall. Ceiling should be the one higher. This is going to be annoying. Just got to stay perfect on one block. It's alright. We got time. And this is what we'd set for ourselves, is can we get these two pieces done? And we may still have just over halfway through the episode, so we may have time to, I don't know, consider. Like, I really do think that changing the direction of the boat will take as much time as we'll get from zipping down this side in the boat. But maybe it's worth it. And I think with 4 blocks on the back, I am going to punch these sides out one more. They're both 3. And I don't mind them being shorter than that, but I think 2 would be a little cramped feeling compared to the depth of the back of this thing. Okay. Now, that almost done. Okay, so I've been saving all this for you guys for a moment. It really did take a little bit more concentration than I'd really expected for the buttons to make sure that those all ended up in the right place. So yesterday, not very excited. I don't think I ever finished the story for you guys. When shopping, it was a little chaotic. Like following that strike, the part of the story I never got to was that even though the strike has ended, people haven't gone back to work yet. They're like, oh yeah, well now they don't have to be back to work until like a week from now. So they're gonna decide. I understand that the union members have to ratify the negotiated settlement that the reps got them, right. That part does make sense, right? Like you do have some final say so, but usually that's a formality. There have been times when the employees are like, no, the union is no longer negotiating in good faith for us. Get out of here. We're doing this ourselves, or we're still striking until you get us a better deal. I don't think that's the case in this one. I think it's just kind of all part of this like odd feeling of this grocery workers strike that I felt was really more of a boycott than a strike anyway. Like they weren't. Anyway, I'm not going to get into all that, but needless to say, they are now done. Like the strike is settled. There's nobody out there picketing, so I didn't have to get harassed for buying groceries. But it was still very much like they had scabs, and it was. I don't have a problem with people going making money off of the. I don't know why I'm doing this. I could just put the die right down on top of it. Whatever. It's an opportunity. If you need a job and it's not something you plan to do for the rest of your life, it's a great thing to do. Go, work for a week or a month or whatever it is to fill in during a scab. But expect you better have a thick skin, right? You better be streamer thick if if you're going to do that, because the people whose job you're doing while they're trying to show the company they can't get by without you are not going to be happy. And it is fully, well, it's not fully their right to harm you, but fully their right to stand there and heckle you and make you feel like a scumbag when you're going in to do that work. Anyway, those people were there clearly because they have to have a lot more than they normally would. They're not skilled. And so you see, like, the managers and all that basically out trying to get teams of these people to stock the shelves. And, that I was just glad to be able to buy some groceries, but you could tell, like, the deli was completely closed. Like, there was no human deli. They had, packaged deli meat and all that kind of stuff. And there was meat in the meat section that had been cut, or whatever from there. Now, I don't know what I'm going to do on that side long term, but I think let's get this wall as far as this little station is. Let's do it as well. Good. All right. I think this will just make it look a little cleaner. So, produce was a disaster in there. Like, I don't know. Another one of my rants is organic stuff. I worked in produce, fresh farm produce. I understand, kind of the differences. I get why there's a market for it. I understand that in Europe and things like that, things like GMO are very much opposed. But I also understand that just because something isn't organic doesn't necessarily make it bad. There are lots of those. Same with GMO. Depending on your definition, and I'm no expert on what the EU, for instance, does in regulating GMO food and preventing it, but I do know that, basically when Mendel was Frederick Mendel, is that his name? Mendel's peas, right? The monk, the guy that kind of first began to understand that traits could be predicted and, if not fully manipulated, could at least be bred for. And that led to the whole, much of the advancement of husbandry and breeding. And, some of those kind of things, he was probably the first guy that wrote it down. I'm betting a lot of shepherds and people knew from day one, like, hey, this is just something that happens. All right, where is our... I'm trying to guess which one I would have put chests into, because I would like to put a chest. Let's try the other before I make more. I guess I'm glad I have one of those, and then I guess I'm glad I have... one of those, and we'll do it. Oh, that's kind of ugly. Now this boat should stay here, but I don't want to end up short of boats. And we don't need many, but just having a couple ready to go is not a bad idea. So anyway, I go in to get all these groceries the other day, and produce is just devastated. Like, not devastated, there just wasn't a whole lot out and on display. And what there was, like, you could tell somebody had gone by and been like, oh, there are no onions left. I should just dump a bag of onions out on the deal. But they weren't like fully jamming the onion little display counter thing as they normally would. They were just like, one at a time as they went by. Hey, let's make some more of those available. So it was pretty thin pickings on a lot of the fresh stuff, and I ended up getting a melon, a honeydew melon, and my mom used to always, she'd get like a honeydew and a cantaloupe and other things, and kind of cut fruit for us for breakfast a lot of the times, depending on what was available and in season at a good price and all that. So that was always a treat, and it's tougher for me being solo. It's sometimes easier just to get some berries and things like that and mix it up a little bit. But today I had gotten a melon. It looked good, and there were some of them. They weren't ridiculously priced, so I got a melon, cut it up this morning, had a melon for breakfast. I did boiled up a bunch of hard boiled up a bunch of eggs last night, so all ready to go. Planks were in here, I think, right? Yeah. So I was kind of feeling the groove, right? Like, ooh, I like all this, and I had also bought up some pork, and I thought that today, with it being snowy, I was gonna do some lentils with uh, pork and green chilies and all that in the slow cooker, because that's something I always feel is kind of like, okay, that's good cold weather eating. But I didn't really get it started in time, and I'd cut up this melon, and I have loads of cutting boards because I do like a lot of fresh chopped stuff and all that good stuff. I was trying to maybe get this back to a station box, but I don't know that we really have enough polished diorite to even do that. Can we polish up more? We can't. Ooh, we do have some more. More than we can handle. All right, let's. I know we've been doing a lot more futzing around with inventory, but that's kind of the deal when you're working on the projects and stuff. When we do a big thing like the barn, we can kind of separate it off, and we know, all right, we're going to use these kind of things. Once you get into the building of it, it's like, okay, that's easy enough. But a little tougher when you need more of these multiple items and are just checking back in and forth. In and forth? Yes, that's what I meant to say. I didn't. Also, I couldn't cut um, onions and mushrooms and peppers and all that kind of stuff to put into my crockpot thing because I just used it when I first woke up to melon. So as soon as I get done recording this, I'm probably running the dishwasher to get some of my stuff cleaned up. Hand wash all the knives and the pans and all that. But then tonight, oh, I'm so excited. I kind of don't often, but I'm going to do up some pork chops. Half well, I guess it's not really half and half, but like sear first on the stovetop and then bake them to finish them off. And what I'm gonna try in conjunction with that is making a kind of mushroom sauce to go over the top of them in the searing pan, so you get you kind of wipe it down so you don't have like excess oil left over, but you get some of that flavor, and you get the goodness of mushrooms and onions and all that. So I've over the top, I've got broccoli to steam up to go along with it. Gonna be good. Good eating. I'm very excited for this dinner. And then tomorrow, while it's still cold and kind of, getting all the snow dealt with and all that, I think that will be my slow cooker day because everything will be done, and then I'll have good eats forever. I don't want to. I don't want to let the slow cooking go too long because I did buy a bunch of cut pork as well. So I'm kind of pork heavy, but that was what again they had meat, but you didn't get everything you wanted all at once, right? So yeah, we'll see. But every once in a while that cooking bug just hits you, right? Hits hard, like oh, I want to cook some stuff. I want to get this done. So that's good. That's full. So these two. Oh wait, did I? I don't know what to do. Did not. Half of this, or whatever. This can be our new station box. I don't mind those aren't quite even. We're always going to use more diorite than glass in a station. And these can go back here. And these two, actually all of these two can go back over here. We got the one that's empty and the one that's not. And these may just over time end up pulling all that glass back to the storage chests over there. All right, now what? We still have blue ice. I think for now we can put this back, right? I don't think we're gonna need an extra long ice highway. I think that's what we needed for the how did we get here. So we'll certainly want to use that long term in the world, but I don't think we need to have it in the shulker and on our supplies. So now that we are kind of reset and filled, and I am going to use the rest of this time to go feed the cows and maybe harvest the cows. We've been talking about that. Just do a little restocking stuff. We have sleep if we can. We have a bunch of work to do back with our buddy the shulker at this point, I think. It's going to be our next big chore. I see a burning mob over that way. Let's just kind of steer clear what I do. I don't know how much of the night had gone by out there, but we could have some trouble around. So before it becomes... Oh, that was dumb. That was really dumb. Oh, not you. Me. Alright. All that. I don't know. We'll just use our axe. Did we ever think that Fortune on the axe did anything? Have we tested? I'm sure we've tested that, right? Fortune on the axe, I don't think does anything for leather or beef. I mean, even if it does, it's not worth us going back for right now. All we really need is just 2 stacks of steak to cook up. Keep us going for quite a while. And there's already little baby cows in here, and as they grow up, we'll already have all these others to come. So take this herd back down again. Okay. Let's begin. Make make a little space so we can see some of these cows. So there we go. In the next, I'm going to start trying to figure out, and I really have no answers on this, what do we do to manage getting the shulker, oh, I think that was a baby, from the 0-0 room. Oh, we got to finish that off too. From the 0-0 room to the Attempt Island. And I really, really hope that can be done in a boat. So I think next episode, we go to our test end city, get one of those guys that's in there in the boat, and try to get in with it and make sure that if it is in there with us, we are not getting levitated out of the boat, right? I mean, it probably will, and it can do some damage to us, but I just want to make sure that the boat transportation works. If that's the case, we will load up on golden apples like you've never seen and just munch them non-stop as we boat it across the end through the portal. We're going to have all those pistons and things, get it back in a boat and figure out how to get the boat to the water, whether that's a canal, whether that's just pistons and stuff. There might be some sense in putting him in a minecart for part of the journey and sending him on the overland thing to get to the ocean from 0-0 in a minecart and then put him in a boat. The advantage to the minecart, higher sides, right? The boat doesn't... We're almost at our hour. The boat doesn't have high sides, so if the shulker's in the minecart, even if he opens up, one, he can't probably look out and see anything to know that he has to shoot, and two, if he does shoot, the minecart is just going to block all those little projectiles, so whatever, no harm, no foul. Alright, one nanny cow. Good, and we now have cow meat for a while, at least. Before I was like, oh yeah, we're done with cow meat, we don't have to worry about that ever again. And it does come up quicker than you think, but we are good. We have leather stored back in the base, so let's just get in there. Set these two to cook, and then we can start fresh tomorrow with shulkering. Boats and minecarts experiments. The drawback, that obviously the good of the minecart, no worries, as we just talked about. The bad, so much iron needed to make the rails and the powered rails and all that to get them moved around. That is a real consideration. So yeah, we'll start figuring out how we want to deal with all that in the next episode, but we are moving through phases, right? That was an important one. We've got our two sites. We've got them linked so we can move between them as quickly as possible. That should all be good to go. And now we just have to figure out how to get everything else to Attempt Island and then set up the run. So join me for the rest of that fun as we do it. And we'll see you next time. Appreciate you guys so much. Likes and comments, always appreciate it. Hit that subscribe button in YouTube or the follow in Twitch if you found me for Stardew stuff. Take care, guys. We'll see you next time. Bye now.